Country News brought to you by Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. Same stop, different horses since 1916. And by Terlucas and Brandt CPA PLLC, with a long history of providing quality CPA services right here in Rim Country. On this Tuesday, June 22nd, for Tano TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson with your Rim Country News headlines. Our lead story today coming to us from up on top of the rim near Forest Lakes. The Coconino County Sheriff's Office says a Winslow man was arrested on charges of second-degree homicide in the death of another man following an altercation while camping in Forest Lakes. The Coconino County Sheriff's Office and the Arizona Department of Public Safety both responded to a report of an altercation in a camping area in Forest Lakes near the Mogollon Rim Visitor Center. Upon arrival, the deputy was flagged down by a man and a woman in a white truck near the entrance to the camping area. The man and woman were later identified as 27-year-old Chad LaPointe and 25-year-old Simone Franklin. They stated that they had been camping with another male subject, identified as Simone's 27-year-old brother, Brandon Franklin. As a result of the investigation, it was determined an altercation had occurred at the campsite. Now, through the investigation, it was determined that Chad and Simone had an altercation with Brandon at the campsite, during which Chad fought with Brandon. Brandon died on the scene from injuries sustained during that altercation. As a result of the investigation, Chad was taken into custody and transported to the Coconino County Jail in Flagstaff, where he was booked on the charge of second-degree homicide. Sheriff's officials said they wanted to thank the Department of Public Safety for assisting with the initial response. Now, they say further investigation into this case is ongoing by the Sheriff's Office and the Medical Examiner's Office as well. Well, and in other news from the forest around us, in a word, fire is the news. The Backbone Fire continued to advance up Fossil Creek towards State Route 260. As of last night, that fire had grown to 32,757 acres and was still 0% contained. For this reason, fire personnel decided the best option to protect Strawberry was to begin a firing operation to remove the fuel between Strawberry and the Fossil Creek, beginning at the intersection of State Routes 260 and State Route 87. While firefighters and equipment continued to construct and improve the community protection line around Strawberry, structure protection crews worked to protect values at risk and as well assessed hazards in the community of Strawberry and Pine. On the west side, the fire continues to advance slowly to the northwest. The residents of Camp Verde and nearby communities there will continue, they say, to see the fire follow this pattern for at least the next several days while firefighters establish containment lines to stop the growth. Aircraft were utilized to keep the fire east of the Verde River and to prevent the fire from establishing any further into Hardscrabble Canyon. And they say dry conditions persist, allowing for active to extreme burning conditions. An emergency area fire closure has been issued to protect public health and safety from the fire activities. All Tano, Coconino, and Prescott National Forest lands, roads, and trails in the area of the Backbone Fire are now closed. Up on top of the rim to our east, there are a couple of other fires burning. The lightning-caused West Chev Fire is located 13 miles from the Forest Lakes community on the Black Mesa Ranger District of the Apache Sitgraves National Forest. Now, that fire, as of last night, had grown to about 1,000 acres in size. Forest officials say that there is significant potential for rapid fire growth due to the abundant fuels in the area. Woods Canyon Lake, as a result, has been closed and is under evacuation. A little further to the east, what's called the Wyrick Fire has blown up to over 5,700 acres. That fire was also lightning caused. The Wyrick Fire is located 7 miles northwest of Heber on the Black Mesa Ranger District of the Apache Sitgraves National Forest. Now that fire is burning through timber and grass, exhibiting some extreme fire behavior with spotting up to a quarter mile ahead of the fire. Another concern there is the KV power lines about 1 mile to the west of that fire. There are currently 91 personnel assigned to that fire. And yet another fire popped up in our region yesterday. Air and Ground Resources are responding to a new wildfire reported 7 miles west of Clint's Well on the north side of West Clear Creek. The 10 to 20 acre Snake Fire was reported around 2:30 yesterday afternoon by the Apache Made Lookout, and the cause of that wildfire is still unknown. Resources are on scene, and more information will be released as it becomes available. Well, and with the very dry conditions combined with erratic winds and other variables, this can be a real challenge for firefighters, as was evidenced this week. Safety officers constantly remind firefighters and other personnel to know the weather conditions, fire behavior, escape routes, and safety zones whenever they're working within the fire area. The unpredictable nature of wildfire means you never really know when you may need to get out of the way in a hurry. Well, that was the case earlier this week as a team used a dozer to cut in a fire line in the effort to stop the telegraph fire down by Globe, and in that fire's extreme push eastward. Now, Resource Advisor Chad Harold was one of those on that team, and in this video we'll show you here, Chad shares how he and his crew escaped a burnover that was caused by shifting winds.
I'm Chad Harold. I'm a resource advisor and para-archaeologist here on the Telegraph Fire. So my job is to go out and actually to protect the resources, whether it be biological or archaeological. So a lot of times when I get out, I'll actually walk dozer line when I get out there to protect the resource. Went out a few days ago to try to hold some of the line and protect our neighbors over on the San Carlos to try to catch that fire before it was going to move over towards the east. So myself and the dozer boss work in tandem to actually get up there to work with the dozer to try to get the line in to try to hold off the advancing fire. We've already went over our situational awareness when we get in there, so we've got the black about 100 feet to us down contour as we're going up because we're trying to hold that line. We had a retardant drop that had just been dropped previously, probably about 10 minutes before we get up there. And as we get up there, the wind shifts. The wind blows back the flames back towards us. You can actually see the flames start to wick over and start to come over towards the saddle, which is where we're trying to catch up to the ridge. I look back at the dozer boss. He says, "Hey, it's time to go." And he gets the attention of the dozer driver himself, and so he turns around. So we walk back down contour, back into the black. The dozer follows us down, so we go over there and stand on the ridge, and within just a few minutes, the fire actually jumps over our line and catches into the vegetation. When I get out there, you know, and you see the fire advancing, and the fire can be very dynamic and change on a moment's notice. Yeah, you get that little rush of adrenaline saying, "Oh, I think it may be time to maybe try to go back down to our safety zone, back towards the black." So you've got to really pay attention when you're out there. That's why we go through all these planning ops and all this due diligence and work hand in hand and have discussions and breakouts before we even engage up into our vehicles to actually go out to our sites. Is that way we have a plan and a backup plan and a third contingency plan just in case, because the fire is very dynamic and it is going to change on you for sure.
The Coconino National Forest announced a full forest closure going into effect tomorrow due to all the fires and extreme drought conditions. At last night's Backbone update meeting here in Payson at the high school auditorium, a forest official with the Tonto National Forest said a decision to close the Tonto National Forest would be made today.
The Tonto National Forest will make a decision tomorrow on whether to close the forest. Coconino National... Thanks for the feedback. The Coconino National Forest on Wednesday morning will close the Coconino National Forest.
And coming up in Rim Country weather, temperatures will cool another few degrees today with elevated to near critical fire weather conditions. Chances for showers and thunderstorms return tonight. A complete report on your 7-day Rim Country weather forecast is coming up next. You're watching Rim Country News. Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination. Jake started out as an Arizona stage stop way back in 1916, and folks have been stopping here ever since. Jake's also has been famous as a popular stopping spot for travelers headed to Rim Country or Roosevelt Lake. But as more people discover this historic stop, more and more, it becomes the destination. It was even featured in the 2008 movie Jake's Corner and later featured at the Sedona Film Festival. Ice-cold beers from the tap, imported or specialty beers, a generously stocked full bar, and great food that keeps you wanting to come back again and again. Enjoy a game of pool inside or step out and enjoy the covered patio and outdoor bar with live entertainment and much more. We hope to see you soon at one of the most historic stopping spots in Arizona, Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination.
Hi, I'm Bobby Davis with the Payson Golf Club. We're working to improve our business in the community of Payson, Arizona. We work with Tolucas and Brandt each week. They help us to move our business along with our accounting and paperwork. Thank you.
Well, taking a look now at your Rim Country 7-day weather forecast, our chances for some precipitation seem to be increasing this week. The ridge over Arizona and New Mexico and the trough approaching off the California coast remain as the weather producer in the short term. Elevated fire weather concerns continue due to low humidity and breezy winds this afternoon before chances for showers return late tonight. An upper-level shortwave will approach from the west, bringing a surge of moisture into our area. However, since chances for rainfall are limited, the potential for windy conditions could persist as winds associated with virga can keep fire weather concerns elevated into the overnight hours. Now, this moisture surge looks to increase tomorrow with scattered showers and thunderstorms expected through Wednesday evening. You can expect a decrease in chances for Thursday with rainfall limited to the higher terrain. Warm and dry conditions look to make a comeback on Friday as a ridge of high pressure builds over the desert southwest. Now, some weather forecast models are picking up on shower activity returning for the weekend. However, not all of them are biting off on that idea. So due to this, there is low confidence for what the weekend and the start of next work week may bring us here in Rim Country. Well, meanwhile, highs and lows around Rim Country today, well, they should look something like this. Here in Payson today, it's going to be hot, be a little bit on the hazy side out there, and along with that haze, a gradual increase in clouds, and that, again, the haze coming from the fires, increasing cloudiness this afternoon, and that should be picking up by late this afternoon. Our high is forecast to hit 96 degrees today. Tonight, more clouds roll in, and we have a 20% chance for a shower or two. Now, our low should dip down to around 66 here in Payson. Payson does go up to a 50% chance for showers tomorrow, so maybe, just maybe, a little relief coming our way. Something to pray about for sure. Up on top of the rim at Clintswell, 85 should be the high there today and 57 the low up there tonight. Now, as we drop down into the deserts of Tonto Basin, well, it's going to be another toasty one down there today. The National Weather Service out of Flagstaff is predicting for Tonto Basin, they should have a high today right around 105 degrees and a low tonight, dropping down to only 79. Still, just a little bit better than Phoenix today, where at Sky Harbor International Airport, they should see a high of 106, but then only drop down to a low of 87 there tonight. Pretty toasty. And that's what's happening around Rim Country. For Tonto TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson. Get out there and make it a great Tuesday.